This is the second day of March. And there's just something special about March. That is Women's Month. So I just want to say this morning a special shout out to all the women of the world. I'm Dr. Miriam Smith, the host for Empowering New Nurses. And as you know, that nursing is predominantly women. I just want to say right now that you are valuable. And we want to celebrate those incredible women who are contributing so much to society in their different ways. And as nurses, you know how valuable you are in saving lives, how valuable you are in preventing diseases, how valuable you are in nurturing the sick, the suffering, and the most vulnerable. You know how valuable you are. So today I just want to give a shout out to you and say thanks from the Empowering New Nurses field. I know for sure this morning that many of you have been making a lot of sacrifices for humanity. So I just want to celebrate with you your beauty, your strength. I want to celebrate with you that we appreciate your contributions. And many of you are vessels of honor in sharing your God given talents to humanity. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I know that nursing profession, we have male nurses, of course, and we salute you. But this time, I'm specifically saying thanks to all women as we celebrate Women's Month. I want you to be reminded at this time of your worth as a woman, your purpose. Yes, your purpose. And the impact that you have on society, the impact you have on whom? On the world, the impact you have on your family, on your families, on your communities, and of course, the bigger part, the world. I want to give a shout out to those women who have fathered their children. I want to give a shout out to those women who, in spite of their situation, in spite of the challenges that they keep fighting, they have a goal and they pursue their goals and are doing well. I want to give a shout out for your resilience today. I want to say thanks to all women who sometimes may not be recognized. You know, you have some women at times who have done their very best, but they have not been recognized. I want to give a shout out to you. We're recognizing you today for your part in society. I want to recognize our female patients, women, who might be going through some challenging times right now. But just remember that there is something special about you that you can identify with in others. It might be a smile. It might just be just an act of kindness, an act of nurturing. So I just want to say thank you for that. It's great to be alive in these times. So, women of God, or women in general, who are so touched, who are so talented. You know, I was reading about Marian Anderson and her gift, that contralto voice. You might be someone who sings, And that song that you do, or that song that you write, can impact so many lives. Keep going, keep doing. And I want to give a shout out again to many of our nurses. I want to say thanks who have impacted young nurses. There are some seasoned nurses who are so willing to share their experience, their knowledge with younger nurses. I want to say thank you and a shout out to you this morning. Yes, there are so many individuals out there, young nurses, who need to hear something positive as they progress in their nursing career, as they move ahead. They're older nurses or they're senior nurses who are encouraging younger nurses to advance in their career as they move on, as they, like the baby boomers like myself, who have handed on the baton or passing it on for the younger ones to take care, to take over. So I just want to say kudos to you all. Nurses, you are valuable. You are so valuable. You know, it is said and it's mentioned many times that it's the most trustworthy profession, trusting profession. There might be some young nurses who are contemplating leaving the profession. Why? Because it can be challenging at times. You know that? Nursing is a beautiful profession, but it can be challenging at times. And so sometimes you're not recognized as you should. But I want to remind you that if you're challenged, keep going. Keep going. The sky is the limit. You know, interestingly, last week I was at a presentation, and on the wall of the school, I saw something like this. It always seems impossible. It always seems impossible until it's done. Have you ever found yourself in that situation? Whether you are a nurse or not, I'm doing great. But when you're a nurse, but you're a person and you have a goal and you're trying, or you have a dream and you're trying to pursue that goal as you set it. And then there are some obstacles. There are some obstacles like they want to have you a setback and they give you a setback. But guess what? You're going to move forward. You're not going to stop there. I would encourage you to embrace the growth mindset. When there seem to be obstacles, when there seem to be setbacks, you're going to go from a different angle, pursue, reevaluate, reassess, and reevaluate the situation. If you need to seek help, if you have to go on YouTube, like you're doing right now, if you need to talk to someone, if you need to get a mentor, if you need to seek some other resources, go for it. Let no one stop you. Remember, challenges will come. That's a part of life. That's a part of life. But don't be stuck. No, not in these times. You got to be a what? A go-getter. And you have to transform and reset your mind. Reset your mindset. You got to reset your mindset. So, how can you connect with me on YouTube? You can connect with me at Miriam Amanda Smith. That's Miriam Amanda Smith. I would like you to subscribe. I would like you to share. It's Women's Month. It could be your mom. It could be your auntie. It could be your sister. It could be your aunt, whoever it is. I want to share with you that, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I was impressed 2023 to write my book because I was retired. I'm retired. But my brain has to keep going because I'm very passionate about helping my young nurses. Wherever you are in the world, this is applicable. My book is this: Nurse, the guide to empowering new nurses in the delivery of high quality care to all patients. Every patient is important, every last one. And that's what I share. I share. If you haven't got your book yet, you need to get it because there are tits and bits that I have placed in there because from my personal experience and the experience of others. You know, if you never knew before, I've worked in different capacities as a nurse and also a nurse who have trained in different areas and have come to this country, was recruited here. I was recruited here. Yes, I was recruited here in 1986. And I've worked in many different capacities. And so I just want to make sure that the knowledge that I've gained and the awards that I've gained that have helped me because of my passion and sharing with others. I just love, I just love it. So if you're a nursing student or you're a young nurse and you really feel challenged and not sure if you want to continue, because just recently I spoke to a young nurse and she was like contemplating, you know, and I said, there are areas like you've passed through, there are areas, there are phases that you'll go through, but don't give up. You're going to enjoy it, but you have to find the right resources. It's very important, you know. So, my encouragement to you today, my young nurse and women in particular, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a nurse, but your calling and your area of expertise and there's expertise in different areas. I interviewed a social worker last week and she was so passionate about her work. Why? Her mom is a nurse, her dad as a respiratory therapist, and she felt right in. And her goal is helping people. And we all have a purpose. We're here for a reason. It's not by chance. You know that. There's so many sperm cells that went around, but you are special. You were the one that stuck. Isn't that interesting? We're wonderfully made. And so you're not here by chance. None of us. There's a purpose. You're valuable, and I want to remind you of that. Don't let anybody define you because of what? The color of your skin, or the texture of your hair, or the color of your eye, or the way you might look. No, remember, you are special. Look at yourself. Reinforce that. You are special. You are special. I'm special. There's not a duplicate of myself. There's nobody else. That makes you extraordinary. And I just want to say those words of encouragement to someone who might be thinking of advancing in their career, that the sky is the limit. Go for it. Someone might thinking that they want to choose a different profession. If you have thought of it, you have pondered, you have prayed, you have gotten advice, because definitely sometimes we don't even see ourselves as we ought to. And that's why you should have like minded people, positive people. Mingle with those people who are moving ahead, not those who are pulling you down. You don't need those. You don't need the negativity, especially in these times. So, my encouragement to you today is, as found in Philippians 4 and verse 13, you have a dream. Say to yourself, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's positive. I go by that because the sky is the limit. And I have billions of cells, brain cells, that are not being utilized. So encouraging you to use up. It's greater than this computer. Your brain. Yeah. Man has to put the information in the computer. So just remember, it was yesterday someone was talking about Gladys and the GPS, and you can research her. She was a mathematician. She was from a humble background. So never think that where you're from should determine where you're going. You determine where you're going despite of your background. So my encouragement to you is go and change the world. Go and make a difference. Be blessed.